Hey there. Good afternoon, or good evening, or even good morning. I hope you are doing well. If you're not, I hope things get better for you. Today, I'm going to be practicing some handwriting. I have recently been getting into pens and stationery and things of that nature, but my handwriting skills are unfortunately not the best. This is a nice pad of writing paper. It says original Crown Mill finest quality laid paper on it. And it says a couple things in French below that. Finest quality since 1870. And inside are several sheets of lightly textured, medium thickness paper with no lines. And I have a pen here that I don't know too terribly much about, but it was given to me by a friend who knows more about pens than I do. And I'm going to say that says Twisby. Eco, made in Taiwan. And I put some ink in it a little while ago. From this bottle, the color is blood rose. And I'm going to write a little something in print, not cursive, because my cursive is extra bad. And you're going to have to deal with the unfortunate camera setup that I have rigged here. I imagine the angle is not fabulous. This is a very low budget production. writing in all caps for fun, but also because I tend to do that in my day-to-day, just because it's clearer to read. If I tried to write the same two sentences in cursive, I imagine that would be a disaster. So I'm not going to do that. One thing I will say about paper like this is that you do start to appreciate lined paper. My spacing is not as clean as it could be. I thought maybe could have a look at some postcards also. I've been collecting them from various sources. You can find interesting ones at a lot of antique stores, vintage postcards, old photos, and I just think they're cool. I keep a lot of things in here, greeting cards and envelopes and things. These are the envelopes that match the notepad paper. This is just a sort of abstract watercolor style greeting card. sort of a odd postcard to be starting with. Sort of spooky, actually. But as you can see, it's a old photo of a hallway in the home of George Washington's mother's house in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Nothing on the back. Copyright 1932. Kind of neat. So it's also kind of odd. It's a photo of the inside of an indoor swimming pool. And the color on the photo is sort of vintage. This is the Henry Dorsey Jr. Memorial Swimming Pool at the Camp of the Rockies YMCA near Estes Park, Colorado. And with most postcards, you can see a nicely outlined square for you to place your stamp. Kind of an odd subject for a postcard, but I kind of think it's neat. This is a art piece. Regine Dapra's The Nonberstieg in Salzburg, Germany. You can see some people taking in the view from this path a little bit above the town. Somebody is out with a dog, or maybe the dog is out walking itself. It's a nice scene. This is a newer postcard in sort of a vintage travel poster style. It says, "Connect the Cosmos in Dead Horse Point State Park." It's an international dark sky park, which means there is no light pollution to interfere with your stargazing. And you can see the Milky Way in full, beautiful detail. There's a little blurb here. And this park's in Utah. I've been there, but not at night. This is the Citadel in Quebec City, Canada. Another vintage postcard. I've been here also. It's a pretty remarkable building that you can see from anywhere in the city, and also on your way into the city as you're driving along the river. Quebec City is used to be I guess, a fort, a fortified settlement, and much of the city is built on top of a hill. And if you're exploring, you can walk along the outer walls and still see some cannons set up where they used to sit. I haven't traveled to many places in Canada, but the old section of Quebec City certainly feels like you're walking in Europe. Neat place. This is the original Winnie the Pooh stuffed bear that inspired the stories and the character. He looks polite, but I still think the character, especially the one from the animated series, is a little bit warmer looking, a little bit friendlier. And I think the Library of Congress has this bear in their collection. Somebody fact check me on that, though. I don't know if that's true. These are waterfalls at Gullfoss, Iceland, where a dear friend of mine went to visit and send me back this postcard. I would love to go. There are tours designed to allow you to experience Iceland's waterfalls specifically. There are many of them. Here's another vintage one depicting Borestone Mountain in Maine. I like this style of art. I don't know anything about this mountain. Doesn't look very high, but the scene is nice. This one is a black and white photograph, and the caption is in French. It says, Nemours, ruine de Tuant. You see, actually, all of it is in French. Carte postale. I don't know anything about these ruins. It'd be interesting to research a little bit, but kind of neat. Evidently, you can still climb to the top of this one. There are some people standing there. Do a couple more. This one says, face on Target Bluff, and it poses a challenge. Can you find it? It's Camp Douglas, Wisconsin. What does that mean? Can you find It's Camp Douglas, Wisconsin? I feel like it's missing a word or something. Cool photo. This one's an art piece, not a vintage postcard. It's called Getting to the Point by Serena Suppley. This one's also Dead Horse Point State Park, but this one's during the day. You can see the river winding through the canyons. It's beautiful in Utah. I think it would be easy to fall under the spell of a southern moon. The wondrous sunshine state of Florida. You don't hear much about the moon in the Sunshine State, but it's very pretty. I like that they specified that this space is for writing messages. Also, very clear about where to put the stamp, which I find helpful. Let's look at one more. This is another bit of old photography. This one's on the drive at Harlechenden, Cornish, New Hampshire. I don't know where the drive leads. This one's printed in Windsor, Vermont. If I can get the camera to focus. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you have a great week. And I hope a good friend sends you a note sometime soon. It's always a nice surprise to get a letter in the mail. I hope to see you again soon.